Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tayler Yarish Show. We are round two in the saddle here in Maryland. We're forced to stay down here a couple more days than expected because girlfriend Kate there, she got the vid, as did many other people. Everybody's fucking getting it all at once, huh? This is what I was hoping for. Before I wanted everybody to just knock it out, and that's what I think still is going to happen. She got COVID, so I thought, I for sure am going to have it. Got tested, didn't have it. And then, it's like if you get tested positive and you're in the house, same house as somebody, you just assume you're going to get it. But then when you test and you're negative, there is this thing of like, well, I want to, can we keep this going? It's kind of like, how long can we keep me negative? So I did everything. I went against what I would normally do. Normally I'm very not cautious at all. And I went the opposite because I wanted to make it through staying in this house. I wanted to not get it. So I did what apparently no other boyfriend does when their other person gets COVID, and I just I avoided her because she's sick and she has the disease, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? That's what you're supposed to do? If they're right, you're this sick person, and then I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, wow, your girlfriend got COVID and you just avoided her. Yeah, she's sick. I don't want it. Why do I have to be sick? Like that whole, that falling on your shield or whatever, like you're sick, I'll be fucking sick with you. No. I don't agree with that. I will take care of you. I'll do all those things, but I don't like being sick. I'm not just going to get sick. If I do get sick, then that's what happens. But I'm not going to voluntarily. You see what I'm saying, right? I think I'm in the right. That's how these things work, right? But yeah, I had to go down to the fucking emergency care thing because everybody and their mother went to, all the Walgreens and CVS's. You couldn't get an appointment. They just couldn't see you. And you know what I hate? I think that the fucking pharmacy people, they enjoy telling you that there are no appointments. They fucking like it, because they're working during the holidays or whatever it is. You're upset, and so you want to ruin everybody else's time. We went into a Walgreens, right, and we walk up to the counter, and it said by appointment only, and you had to make an appointment online. It didn't say the second bar, but it said by appointment only. So we go up and we're like, hey, we're trying to make an appointment for COVID. She goes, yeah, just go on the website and just choose any time and, and then just come back. And you know what? We went on the website and there were no fucking appointments for like a week. And you know what? I think they know that. You know that if you have appointments or not. You know what your daily schedule is. And they knew that there were going to be no appointments open. And she sent us away every She's like, yeah, just go check. Go ahead. Go check it out. See what you find. And then come back to me. She took such pride in it. Like, yeah, plan ahead next time, you fucking loser. Like, that kind of shit just bothered me. It takes nothing out of your day to just be like, oh, you're trying to get a COVID. Oh, no, sorry, there's no more tests. We don't have any tests till like next Tuesday. So here's what I recommend. The customer service, I've complained about it forever. It's just gone. It's gone. It's not coming back. People are jaded. People are upset, because I don't know if they're, it's because they're working during a holiday or what, but it's just no excuse. It's no excuse. We had to go up to like the Maryland version of like the City MD. I think they also have City MD, but it's called a patient first. You just walk in, clinic type deal, that whole thing. So that is just fucking packed. And first we went to Walgreens, got the at-home test, which I didn't realize at the time are like fucking gold now, because when I went first, there were a ton of tests. There were so many tests, and so I got those, and she tested positive, And this is like right before we're about to leave for California. We have a whole trip planned, you know? So she's not doing well. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, it's so funny. When we take the test and I don't want it to be positive, she comes up positive, and I'm like, these tests are bullshit. Okay? We can't just go off this fucking at-home test. I'm like, there's a reason why every appointment is taken up in Maryland, but the shelves are just fucking packed with these at-home tests. They're bullshit. We'll make an appointment at the walk-in, or we'll do the walk-in, and then we'll see what happens. And we did that, and she came back positive. So I was like, all right, maybe they work. Maybe the at-home tests work. So then she goes through COVID, and now I'm like, we're like waiting for her to be positive again, because we had to reschedule our trip, and she doesn't want to take the test until she doesn't have symptoms. I just want her to take it because I feel like she doesn't have it. Do I have any scientific proof to back this up? No, I don't. I just feel like she's negative. So she takes a test today, comes back negative on the at-home test, and I'm like, dude, these things rock, Like, these things are accurate. You can trust these tests, okay? And they must be, like, I looked them up. They have some validity to them in terms of their, like what, if they're good or not, I guess. They're good. That's what I've read. But now they're like gold. You can't get these fucking things anywhere. Somebody came over our house. They're like, you should sell those. Because I got a bunch. I got some, and then thought someone was coming down the stairs. I got some, right? And then I went back to get something else, and they were sold out of them. So I was like, shit. And then I went back a couple days later because my brother, who was also sick with COVID, he's like, hey, just roll by, see if they have any tests. So I go in there, and the place is mobbed. Everybody's making a mad dash for the fucking COVID tests. Everyone's got like 4 under each arm. There was a limit of 4, so I took 4. It was the fucking toilet paper's all over again, except different, I think, because these, you do. If you're one person, do you need 4 tests? No, you don't. You just saw everybody else grabbing 4 tests, and so you were like, let's fucking, But we had 4 people in the house, so it made sense for us to grab 4 tests. I guess they could have been doing that too. I should not be such a judgmental asshole, but. Yeah, so now she tested negative. I'm going to test on Tuesday. And we'll see, man. Maybe I'll be one of these people who just makes it through this whole fucking thing, never getting COVID. There are those people. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, if you didn't get COVID by now, you're just not doing nothing. You must be sitting at home. No, I fucking do shit. I do shit. I just have an immune system, okay? Remember those? Remember immune systems? Where you go out and you do, interact with the world, and then something evil enters your body, and then your body fights it off. Maybe I just have a good one of those, huh? Maybe I just take care of myself, and my body fights off the virus. Because let me tell you, I should have had COVID. I mean, I was around her the day she tested positive for COVID. So it's like, hey, man, my mom also tested negative. So it's like, listen, we got a good bloodline. I don't know what to tell you. Some of you got shit genes, all right? You come from a long line of drunks and degenerates, and people don't take care of themselves, and they eat, just nothing but pot pies and just salty frozen foods. And something comes into your body, and your body just breaks down. It's a wimp, all right? It just cowers in the face of a disease, and then it takes over and it kills you. And that's what happens, but not us, okay? Because we're strong, we're fit, and we have a good genes. We have good a hereditary gene pool, not when it comes to certain traits like, receding hairline and height and all that other stuff, but in terms where it matters, taking care of ourselves, we're fucking crushing it, okay? So, I don't know what to tell you. That's where we're at on COVID. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody, huh? And if you don't celebrate Christmas, then That's cool. Fine. But I'm not going to, I don't want to become one of these people who are like, no, we fucking say Merry Christmas around here. I say Merry Christmas. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas to you. But if you don't celebrate it, guess what? Don't come back at me and be like, actually, I don't celebrate Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas. That's weird. That's funny. Actually, I don't celebrate Christmas. Great. All right, don't make me feel like an asshole because I do. I'm gonna assume you do. Well, you shouldn't assume you do. Well, a lot of people celebrate it. Okay. If you want to write Happy Holidays, write that on like a fucking card, or that's businesses do Happy Holidays because they're trying to fucking hit everybody. You know what I mean? Happy Holidays. What's the big one we're talking about? We're talking about Christmas, all right? We're talking about Big JC being born. Is that when he was born? Somebody told me he wasn't actually born on the 25th. He was like born in April or some shit. Is that right? Someone look that up. Anyway, yeah, Christmas was yesterday. This is recording this on Sunday. It was yesterday. You know what, man? It was chill. My Christmas was chill. We were gonna do it in California, but ended up doing it in Maryland. And it was very chill. I like a nice, chill Christmas. Say chill one more time. You wake up, coffee, have that. You make some food. I like, we don't get right to the presents. None of us are 6 anymore, okay? We don't need to fucking jump out of bed and start tearing shit apart. At this stage, everybody knows what everybody got, okay? It's like a Secret Santa gone wrong. Everybody knows who has who. Everybody has everybody, and we all know what we got because we asked for it. We're all sent like that's what Christmas is. When you get to a certain age, everybody's just sending each other lists. Here's what I want. Here's what she wants. Here's what you want. You walk in, you know the whole thing. I'm like, that big box, that's got to be that. That's got to be that. And so it's this weird, like, you open it, you're like, what? No, It's so, like, we're still, and I get it's tradition. I enjoy it. I like gift giving. I do. I enjoy gift giving, and, like my family, they ask for shit, because I've been giving you shit forever, My poor mother, for I think 10 years straight, I gave her fucking Bath and Body Works soaps and a candle, and I didn't stray from that for I was like a kid who was the same Halloween costume 10 years in a row. It was that except just gifts for my mother. She got the same thing from me. She's like, soap again. Great. I'm like, because everyone needs hand soap. Oh, the straight face she must have had to pull just to be like, here we go. Yes, yeah, holiday soap again. You don't know. I didn't know what to get her, I can't get people clothes. I don't know how to shop for my mom. So I'm like, what do you want? Well, everyone likes a candle, right? Everyone likes candle. Everyone likes nice soaps and creams and shit. So, boom, that's what you're getting. Ironically, I did get her 2 candles this year. But listen, also got her some shit that she asked for. We should have been doing that the whole time, Like when kids are younger and they're starting to get to that age where they're giving presents, nobody gives them a list. Nobody gives the kid a list because they don't expect anything from them. But you should just give them something, but put it at their level. You know what I mean? Even if it just give something that costs $1 or whatever. Nothing costs $1 anymore. But, be like, I'd really like something handmade from you. And that way the kid, he doesn't have a job. He can't buy anything. Perfect. He'll make something, but at least he knows he's in the ballpark. The worst part about Christmas and gift giving is not even knowing if you're in the ballpark of shit that they want. Like, do they fucking like this? Should I get a Kindle? Do they read? I don't fucking know. God. So the whole thing, my mom too, I don't even know why. She's so anxious on Christmas. We give her the lists of shit, and she's upset. And she's anxious that it's not enough. I'm like, we didn't ask for anything, I'm the worst at telling people what I want. Like, what do you want for Christmas? I don't know. I should have got nothing. I shouldn't force other people to come up with shit. You know what I mean? I shouldn't, just be like, oh, I really like this stuff, or, I want this stuff, and so you should get me that. So that's what it is now. We're all just telling each other what we want. So we don't have to get to the gifts right away, is the point that I was trying to make. We could take our time. I like a nice take our time. My mom is the one who divvies out the gifts. She throws you a gift. I don't rip it open right away. I sit with it. I linger. You know what I mean? It's like going to a nice restaurant or something. Food comes down, or you got the drink. You don't just barrel through it like an animal. Laundry's done. You don't just barrel through it like an animal. You take your time. I'll rip it open slowly. You start with the stockings. You go through each thing. You really look at it, even though you know what it is. That's what you're supposed to do. It's a nice, slow-paced evening. You're listening to some Michael Bublé. Everybody's happy, right? I went big on Christmas this year with I told Kate, I'm like, listen, it's gonna be a good Christmas, and then after this, it's pretty much over. All right, because we're taking some setbacks. Okay, we're cutting back on the spending. So this is it. This is it for a while. Hope it's nice. And it was. No, it's Christmas was great. I like watching these videos of the little kids opening up shit and just losing their goddamn mind. You ever see those? Kid opens a PS5 and just goes absolutely berserk. Just I don't know what in this world would bring me that much joy. What would you have to open in order to have that reaction? I don't think there's a single thing on this planet that I would rip open right now and that would be my reaction. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's bad, if that's just something that you naturally lose as you get older, but I've only ever seen, it's like when an athlete wins the Super Bowl or the national championship, they lose their mind. But this kid just got a PS5. They get a game. I saw the kid got an Oculus, the virtual reality thing. This kid was so excited to just start not being in the real world. That's basically what that means, right? He's like, I can't wait to not be in this house. I can't wait to be slaying dragons or whatever. I don't even know what you can do with an Oculus Rift. Is that what it's called? Oculus Rift? Oculus Quest. Where'd I get Rift from? Fucking losing it. First steps. I don't know how. Holy shit. Is that what it... Oh my god, I'm looking at videos right now of a virtual reality Oculus thing. Dude, that is pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. Is that how good virtual reality has gotten? Dude, go on YouTube and just type in Oculus Quest 2 first steps. And I'm looking at this. There's no way this is fucking real, dude. Man, it's getting fucking scary, man. We're headed to a place where nobody's going to live here, man. Nobody's going to live in the real world. I heard somebody talking about digital real estate the other day. You're going to own property in the metaverse or something like that. Dude, that fucking terrifies me, dude. Being in the virtual reality world, we're all just going to live online. This is the type of shit I tell to my older brother, and he's like, no, not me. I'm going to live out on a fucking ranch somewhere in the middle of nowhere and have no neighbors. And some people, that's what they do, man. The older they get, they just get more and more isolated. You're like, I think I figured out what I don't like in this life, and it's other people around me. So I live in the most like one of the most populous cities in the world, and he's just like, yeah, if I can see any human being through the scope on my rifle, then I'm too close. Like that would be the goal for him. But I don't know. I couldn't do that. I'd miss people. I'd miss like even if they're not my like neighbors. Like I don't know my own neighbors, but I like going to a coffee shop. I like a sense of community in some sense. I was going to I've been going to the Panera in Maryland here for the last few days, and I go in there. I sit in the morning. I have my coffee, and I have dude. The Maryland Panera, huge difference to the New York Panera. Dude, the Panera in Maryland, I can't fucking speak. The Panera in Maryland, people treat it like it's a fine dining restaurant. No shit. I mean, I saw this dude walking in there with his Sunday best on. This is 8:30 in the morning. Had a suit jacket, tie on, with his little plastic tray and his bagel, with his wife going to the booth. That's the other thing. Everyone's so old. The whole place is basically a retirement home. The whole thing is a retirement home, and everybody's just hanging out, and it's you got the women are like talking and gossiping each other with the booth, and then in the back they have this long table. A lot of Paneras have a long table. It's all just old dudes who are retired, and their kids are gone, in a different state, and they all just meet up every day. It's the same people. They meet up every day over coffee and bagels, and they shoot the shit, and it's amazing to see. Like that even when you get that old, you still end up in some sort of retirement home type environment. Because these people are old enough to be in a retirement home, but they're not in a home. But they basically put themselves, it's the dining hall of a retirement home. That's what Panera is. And here's the thing. I don't think our generation is going to have that. Okay? Between virtual reality and why would you meet up if you're fucking 90 years old or whatever? Why are you going to go down to Panera to meet your friend when you just throw on your Oculus goggles and you guys are sitting right next to each other having a fucking Americano? You know what I mean? Why would you go risk breaking a hip, to go get some shitty bagels that they pulled out of the freezer and some really dark, too strong coffee? It's a little strong for me, the Panera coffee. I'm just saying. But it's weird. Yeah, the Maryland, it's a nicer Panera, I'll say that. It's got nice floor-to-ceiling windows all around the side. Seating, everything else is pretty much the same. But, yeah, Panera in my town, my hometown, it's like a nice place. It's like, you want to do breakfast at a Panera? Okay, all right, okay. We're treating ourselves. We're treating ourselves today with some Panera. We're gonna go to Panera today. Panera's not great. They're overpriced, like a fucking. It drives me insane how overpriced they are for lunch. A bagel's a bagel is a bagel. It's a joke in New York because if you go to Panera for your bagels, then it's ridiculous. Do I do it sometimes? Yes, for the convenience. I'm already sitting there having my free coffee. You know what it is. But if you go there for bagels specifically in New York, you're a piece of trash. You're the lowest of the low. You also probably go to fucking Applebee's for the steak or whatever. And I know there's some people here who be like, I actually like Applebee's. Hey, kill yourself, okay? Kill yourself. It's there's no soul, okay? You go into an Applebee's, it's the menus with the pictures, and the whole thing just reeks of a soulless conglomerate that just wants nothing more than to just feed you slop that doesn't taste good, and it's also it costs the fucking same, dude. I don't know if it's like Applebee's out here. I mean, Applebee's out here is like a fine dining restaurant. I know because I don't know. This place is like a food desert. There's no good restaurants. There's no deli. There's nothing. It's all fucking chains, and Pizza Shop is the only independent place that you'll find. But it's not great. But an Applebee's here is like a legitimate restaurant that people will go. They'll make a reservation and then they'll go and sit there and have onion rings or whatever with their family. It's really sad. It's sad, but that's not what people. That's not what everybody values in a place where they live. These people also have a backyard. I do not. Okay, so there's a give and take. There's a give and take with everything. I live in a place where you live for the place and not for your living quarters. That doesn't work for everybody, especially if you have a family, which I don't. So it's a give and take. I shouldn't shit on every place. I just have a love-hate relationship with this town. It's hard not to move to New York, and then I get it why people move there and then feel like they're better than other people who live in other places. It's hard to judge. It's hard to not judge other places, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's certain places where you can't judge because it's not even in the same category. You know what I mean? Like where my brother wants to live in the middle of nowhere. Like you can't really put those on the same. You can't compare them in the same way. But like other cities, you can compare them to. I mean, Baltimore is just the center of Satan's asshole. It's just not a good place. I don't know why anybody would want to live there. And a lot of people do not. You'll go through there and there's just whole sections, there's whole blocks that are just abandoned. Like nobody lives in there legally. And it's not good. But yeah, anyway, Panera is very different. That's what I'm trying to say here. I saw my old math teacher in Panera, and she didn't look that old, It's been like, whatever, since I graduated, 10, 11 years, something like that, high school. And I don't know, I just thought she would be older. Like, it was making me think, dude, was she like 30 years old when she was our teacher? Probably, right? But that seemed like an adult. And it really wasn't. I didn't say hi to her. I didn't say hi. Other people probably would. I'm not. I don't, she's sitting there with a person. I don't think she would remember me. I didn't really make an impact in math class. Not in any good way, at least. I wasn't a contributor. I didn't have things to add. I would only speak when called upon, or when I was, just being a jackass. That she may remember me for being a jackass. I look very different. I had a full head of hair back then, and obviously I don't now. So that, I don't know. That would suck to be like, hey, you remember me, Tayler Yarish? And she was like, oh God, I don't remember you. I was what you would call a class clown. I never liked that term, the class clown. All right, nobody's a clown. Nobody's a clown. People are a jackass. That's what a class clown is. It's a jackass. There's someone up there trying to teach a room full of kids how to solve for X, and then there's one kid who's like, I'm going to make this about me right now. That's what I'm going to do. This person's up there trying to do a job, and I'm going to make this whole thing about me. You know what a class clown is? It's a heckler. That's what you are. So as a class clown, I was basically just, I was being a heckler. I was working out being a heckler. And it's interesting now because I don't like hecklers now. But that's what, But when you're a kid, you don't know how, you have no outlet to do that yourself. You can't be the one up there. And maybe subconsciously you want to be the one up there. And that's why most class clowns end up going to do fucking stand-up or whatever. They do some kind of art form, because you're craving that fucking attention. So there's someone up there who's doing something that's not fun. It's so much easier to be a heckler when you're a kid in a class than than in a comedy club. That's the highest level of hecklerism. Yeah, you're just sitting there waiting. You're not even paying attention to what she's teaching. You're just waiting for your shot. You're just waiting for the one moment to fucking slide in there, make some sarcastic remark. The whole class, she's just setting you up, you know? And then we're going to go on top of the line here, and then you just yell out some, whatever. Oh, God. I would do all that. Or, like, God forbid you call on me. I was a sarcastic little shit. I had nothing else going for me. I had nothing. I wasn't on a sports team. All I had was to try and fuck with people. I mean, I did the morning announcements. I was a part of the morning announcement team in high school solely to make a fucking mockery of it. Because I knew every morning, the morning announcement team, there were televisions in every school or in every class. And in homeroom, people would watch the morning announcements. So I was like, how do I get on? I'm going to get on TV. I'm going to get on TV and make an ass of myself and the other people that I work with. Dude, I worked with a kid. His name was Brett. I've probably talked about this before. I worked with a kid named Brett, and he wanted to be a news anchor. He took it so seriously. And I remember he had, like, after every, broadcast, he would sign off. He'd, like, flick his wrist like that, and then I would do it, and I would mock him. I mean, I was a fucking asshole, man. And I was just doing it for a goof. And you know what? That guy, he is a news anchor right now, and I'd like to think I had a small part in that. I like to think I helped him out, I like to think that every time he does his job, he thinks of me a little bit because I pushed him. I was a bully, It's a little bit of a bully. He had a dream, and I mocked him for it. How horrible. Because it seemed like an unrealistic thing to pursue. Meanwhile, I was interested in doing fucking theater, and here I am now trying to be a professional jackass. So we all come full circle, I don't know. Just things to think about this holiday season. But I hope you had a good holiday. Hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you don't have the COVID. You probably do. Everybody's got the fucking vid. Everybody's at home now. If you don't got the COVID, you're a fucking loser. That's what it is now. So we're all just going to get it out of the way. Don't give it to your nana. Sit in the room by yourself. Do whatever you got to do to not spread the vid. Or spread it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. Hope you had a good holiday. And if you do have COVID, you'll probably be fine. You'll probably be fine. Everyone I know is fine. This is like the weak one, apparently, allegedly. I don't know. I'm so sick of this shit. Oh, God. I'm so sick of it. And yet I know it's never going away. Just accept it. This is the new normal, Taylor. This is like the new normal. Guys, I just want to go back to normal. This is like the new normal. Okay? I don't know. I just like, when are things... I just want things to be normal again. Actually, like a new normal. You don't know that fucking person? Oh, that was the worst. When it was like peak, Is this the new normal? Is COVID-19 the new normal? Remember when they were saying that about like the worst shit ever? They like go up to interview somebody who's like eating outside in a Coleman tent, and they're like, "Is this the new normal?" God, what fucking just animals just preying on all our fear. And they're still doing it, man. When the Omicron ambiance came up, they started doing it again. Is this the new normal? You know, all the people online, they're just like the woman at Walgreens who took pleasure in telling me to go sign up for an appointment, even though she knew in the back of her fucking mind that there were no appointments for like a week, and she could have told me, and she didn't. She took joy in my suffering, and that's what all the people making the news thingies are doing, you know? They're taking joy in the fact that it's like, yeah, guess what? Christmas is canceled, brother. You're not going home to see your Nana. And if you do, you're probably going to kill her. Is Omicron not that dangerous? Yes, but you're going to kill your grandmother. That's what they're probably thinking on the inside. Anyway, that's the podcast this week. Got a little out of hand there towards the end. Yeah, we'll see you next week. We were supposed to start the Yarbar Comedy Show back up on the 5th, but because of the fucking disease, we're going to push it back to whatever the next show will be. So tune in for those lineups. We're going to have a good old show. I think we're going to have Joe List back on the show, and possibly we're going to get TJ Miller on the show as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. Tune in for that. And yeah, have a good week. I'll see you next week. Peace out.